Namaskar dear friends, welcome to Newspaper Analysis Townhall. Today is 28th of October and we will try to see and understand these important 5 news in our town hall. So the first news is about Great Nicobar project. So herein we will try to understand the objectives of Great Nicobar project, the significance, what is the significance, why it is important, why we are trying to develop this project in Nicobar region only, why this Nicobar region is a very strategic region for India. And apart from this, we will also try to see the criticism related to this project. So before that, let us try to understand the context about India's maritime sector. Now, India is having 11,500 kilometers of coastline spread over 13 coastal states. 60% of the GDP contribution is coming by maritime businesses. That speaks of the potential of maritime sector in India. And presently, our Home Minister is speaking in India's Maritime Week, the conference that is going on currently in India. Its 4th edition is going on. So if we see at the map of Nicobar region, so here this is Nicobar, and here in orange that you can see this is the proposed project area for Great Nicobar project, and here the green region that you are seeing, it is Galathiya National Park. So these areas are inundated by indigenous tribes, Champans. We will see all the criticism, all the concerns, but before that, let us try to understand about the project. So Great Nicobar projects, its cost is around $5 billion. And in this project, what are the objectives? That is the development of transshipment port, a development of greenfield airport, development of power plant. Here you can see, so this is the power plant region, and this is the proposed area for the development of this project. Here you can see it is Campbell Bay National Park. Campbell Bay National Park. So here there is some area of biosphere reserves also. Now the goal is make India into top 5 shipbuilding nations, boost maritime trade capacity from 2,700 million tons per annum to 10,000 million tons per annum. So this is approximately 4-fold increase in trade capacity, port capacity, and through development of Nicobar as major shipbuilding area, we can position India as a bridge between global south and Indo-Pacific. And India will also have a very important role in Southeast Asia region. So this is the strategic reason why we want to develop this port area, and this is also an answer to China's capacity with respect to handling of maritime businesses. So India wants to develop as a alternate to it. Now, if we see the concerns raised by various anthropologists and other eminent personalities, then they see that over 8.5 lakh trees to be felled over the area of 130 square kilometers. And one of the major concern is that Galathiya Wildlife National Park has been denotified without proper consultation. Then threat to the Shompen tribe. Proposed project area is an important foraging ground for this hunter-gatherer nomadic community. So there are 200 to 300 these indigenous tribes, and these are the tribes that are completely living with very less interaction to outside world. And then there will be impact to various species because of the destruction in Galathea National Park that will happen. Threat to coral and marine ecosystem, threat to dugongs due to rise in anthropogenic activities. So these are the concerns that are raised. However, the government is of view that this is a very strategic and this is a project of national importance. So there has to be some kind of balance between security and development as well as preservation of environment and home for indigenous tribes. So there has to be a balancing act. Now this is it in this news. Now in this next news is about Cyclone Montha. So Cyclone Montha is about to have fall over parts of Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, Telangana. So Andhra coast are preparing for this landfall of Cyclone Montha. So you can first of all remember this name, Montha. It's a name of cyclone. Now if we see what are the conditions, it's a tropical cyclone originating in Bay of Bengal. Now if we see conditions for development of tropical cyclone, then warm sea temperature around greater than 27 degrees Celsius, continuous supply of warm and moist air, strong Coriolis force, and absence of strong vertical wind wedge. So you can remember this is important from your prelims perspective. Various questions have already been asked about the conditions of tropical cyclone. So that is about this news. Now if we see our next news, then it is about special intensive revision SIR 2.0. Special intensive revision SIR 2.0. Recently SIR has been conducted in Bihar. What is SIR? SIR is revision of electoral roll. Now, second phase of special intensive revision to begin in more than 12 states and UTs. So there are some states like Tamil Nadu, West Bengal, Kerala, in which elections will come in the future. And it will include, all these states would include around 51 crore voters. So it is going to be a very big exercise. Now, no SIR in Assam because a separate citizenship verification process is going on in Assam under Supreme Court supervision. What is the objective? What is the objective of this SIR 2.0? Again, standardize voter address, correct discrepancies, and issue fresh EPIC card if there are any changes. So basically what has happened is that over the period of time, many voters have died. Many voters have migrated. So there is need to check all these changes and correct them so that there is no duplicacy. There are no multiple voter ID cards. Because according to Election Commission of India, election are the core of democracy and What is the core of election? Core of election is that it has to be fair, and it will only be fair when only eligible people are casting their vote. Because in many instances, there can be some foreign people who are actually not who are not having citizenship of India. So sometimes they also get these election cards made and they participate in the elections. So that is what Election Commission wants to avoid. Now the next news is about digital arrest. So first of all, digital arrest is not a formal kind of arrest. It is a scam. It is a fraud. So digital arrest scam is a form of impersonation fraud where criminals pose as enforcement officials and falsely accuse victims of involvement in various crimes. So what happens in digital arrest is that you get a phone call or a video call, and the person who is on the call claims to be somebody from police or CBI, and then they try to threaten you and emotionally manipulate you, and they try to scam the money out of you. So that is happening, and mainly senior citizens are being targeted. And President has said that digital arrest is a dreaded threat today. And Supreme Court has also asked CBI to take up these digital arrest cases. Now, why does it happen? So it happens due to human psychology and social engineering. So it happens due to human error, fear. They exploit fear, they exploit urgency, they exploit excitement, for example, lottery. And it happens due to weak cybersecurity practices, rapidly evolving cybercrime techniques, financial fraud risk like fake UPI request, fake QR codes, fake SIM cards. Now it happens due to dark web, cybercrime network, and it also happens due to lack of cyber laws as well as their enforcement. So these are the reasons that you can use if the question comes about digital arrest in the mains examination. Now about the last news is about a satellite for armed forces to be launched next week. That satellite is called CMS-03, also known as 𝐺Sat-7R. So it will be launched by Launch Vehicle Mark III, that is called LVM-3. It is a multi-band communication satellite. It will give services over oceanic region including Indian landmass, and it will be launched to Geosynchronous Transfer Orbit, that is GTO, and this satellite weigh around 4,400 kilogram. So that is it. It is important for your prelims. You can just remember it. And if you have any question, you can just write down in comments.